Your main event is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Knockouts Championship.
Big fight feel, but we have certainly got it right now as we see one of the absolute powerhouses of Australian wrestling, male or female. You want to talk about a premier athlete? Delta is that athlete.
You take one look at an athlete like Delta, and you know that you're in for something very, very special. For the main event of Mickie James Presents Her, this is going to be an absolute banger, if I can use a word from England. I'll tell you what, Delta is ready for this opportunity. I have seen her work before. I know this is going to be an amazing matchup, and what a way to close things out. Also, what an amazing opportunity. The TNA Knockouts Championship being represented here on Her shows you how diversified this show is.
Delta is already a belt collector. She has got the MCW Inter-Commonwealth Championship, the first woman to hold that title. She is the Riot City Wrestling Champion, the same promotion that birthed Rhea Ripley. She is also the MCW Women's Champion. And right now she looks to add the Knockouts Championship to her impressive resume. Only 3 years pro, but she's learnt like an absolute master.
Yes.
But you want to talk about game changers? There are some people in this industry that make you think we need to redefine what an athlete is, what pro wrestling is, and Jordynne Grace is definitely that sort of athlete.
Oh yes, you hear people say things about being the total package. I mean, Jordynne Grace is an absolute masterpiece and a fighting champion. She has made everyone in TNA so proud, is so inspiring to so many females around the world and males around the world, aspiring wrestlers, because she is absolutely flawless.
And that title you see around her waist is the TNA Knockouts Championship. Jordynne Grace has gone through some absolute battles with some absolute superstars to get that title. Deonna Purrazzo, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, the names that she has slayed to hold that title is impressive. I have to pinch myself.
Introducing first, the challenger, the Australian powerhouse. She is domination. She is destruction. She is Delta! Introducing the champion. She is the TNA Knockouts World Champion, the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace!
You can feel the aura. This is the sort of stuff you see fantasy booked.
Yes.
This is very much a dream match.
Oh, this is what dreams are made of. I mean, as a wrestling fan alone, forget that we're on commentary right now. I'm absolutely honored to be having the vantage point of this match that I do. As a fan of both women, I mean, they've both proven themselves. And I think it's very evenly matched here.
It certainly is. We've seen Delta go toe-to-toe with some of the best in Australian women's wrestling. And in Australian wrestling, full stop. As she locks up with the juggernaut, Jordynne Grace.
Out of all the shenanigans we've seen tonight, all the disrespect from people like Steph DeLander and PPK, isn't it nice to see a handshake as the match starts? This is respect. This is how you start a match. These are two classy, respectful wrestlers. Look at this. Sportswomanship, if you will.
Yeah. Jordynne Grace, a very accomplished superstar in her own right. If you haven't seen her impressive resume, she is a TNA Triple Crown winner, holding that Knockouts title for 3 separate occasions. She's been a TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion. She's even been a TNA Digital Media Champion. You saw her earlier this year in the Royal Rumble. The only other active TNA superstar that has ever been in the WWE Royal Rumble has been Mickie James, so she's breaking new ground.
And obviously Mickie James, you know, cherry-picked who was going to be on this show. And obviously, you've got to have TNA represented. It's a huge part of Mickie's career, mine as well. And Jordynne Grace deserves to be on this grand stage tonight.
Certainly does, and we see the power of the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. We don't often see, Australian wrestling fans might not see Delta be outmatched very often, but the juggernaut Jordynne Grace seems to have done that very easily as Delta powers out. I speak too soon.
Ooh.
Normally, when Jordynne Grace shoulder charges you, the opponent flies flat on her backside. But Delta, absolutely not. Delta return serve, bam!
Well, as you said, Nims, I mean, this is a fantasy matchup for me. Getting to see Delta, getting to see Delta in person is so special for me. Look at this, the power struggle between these two, my goodness.
Bella, we often use the terminology of 2 freight trains going at each other. These are 2 warships going at each other.
It's about to be a freaking train wreck.
It certainly is. As Delta finally knocks Jordynne Grace over.
Oh my goodness.
I have never seen that happen before. And Delta just exerts the power over the TNA Knockouts champion.
Obviously showing a lot of confidence to go for the pin this early in the matchup on the champion. I love that about Delta. The confidence is there. Ooh, might have been knocked out of her a little bit right there by Jordynne Grace. Look at the agility by Jordynne Grace, my goodness.
These 2 women are absolutely turning it on at the moment. Oh, Jordynne Grace with the agility flies over the ropes. Delta gets outmatched. And Jordynne Grace with some huge chops traps Delta in the ropes. You can hear that in the back row, and a shoulder block from Jordynne Grace as she goes for the cover, knocks Delta off her feet, just a 2 count. Just a 2 count as the powerhouse kicks out, and Jordynne Grace realizes this isn't going to be as easy a fight as I thought it might have been.
Right, you can never underestimate Delta. I'll tell you what, when I signed on to do this amazing show, I was so honored, but I had no idea that there would be so many different companies and global recognition represented here. To have the TNA Knockouts Championship on the line in this main event just shows you how big of a deal this is, and what an opportunity for Delta here, but she's not in a position right now that she wants to be in. Oh no,
Delta,
wait a minute.
Oh. Jordynne Grace with the agility of a cat.
Oh.
Delta with a vicious right, using that right leg to just neutralize. Oh, an electric chair move here. Delta,
oh goodness.
An electric chair front plate face planted onto the apron. I think it seemed friendly at the start, but Jordynne Grace has realized she's got to go to another level to take on Delta.
Oh, it's taking a turn for sure.
They're fighting to the outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nims, I have to say, I mean, as a TNA, I won't call myself a knockout, but as a TNA employee, yeah, well, thank you. I have to say that's one thing what we love about TNA. Oh, wait a minute here.
Oh,
she's not going to do this on the steel steps.
Oh,
no
look
way.
Look at the strength. The strength of Delta. Just
what is she doing?
Jordynne Grace up the stairs.
Unbelievable.
A stalling is she setting up for a stalling suplex? She is.
Oh! On the unforgiving steel stage.
By
God.
She is just making the TNA Knockouts champion look like some local talents has just rocked up from Ballarat.
Jeez Louise. But I was saying what we love about TNA is that they've always championed women's wrestling. I mean, they were always ahead of the curve. The knockouts really did start the women's evolution. I will say that full stop.
Absolutely.
I was there to see it, luckily, and I'll tell you what, the fact they've let Jordynne Grace come over here and represent TNA, she is a fighting champion, she is a respected athlete. It says a lot about TNA, and we love that.
We talk about a women's revolution and how it's a very recent thing. It absolutely was not.
Right.
In 2005, more than 20 years ago, you could see Mickie James, you could see Tara, you could see Gail Kim,
Yes.
Velvet Sky, ODB, the list of names that go on that absolutely carried the knockouts division in TNA wrestling, that we see the fruits of the labor in front of our eyes right now in Ballarat as Delta looks to add her name to that long list of greats that have held that title.
Yes. Oh, here's that sickening count. Fans in Ballarat behind Delta right now. You've got to remember that about TNA, though. Oh, goodness. Remember the women's revolution. Remember the Alamo, but also definitely remember the women's revolution.
Absolutely.
As started by TNA. And here's Jordynne Grace. Oh, no, in a precarious position.
We're seeing
Oh, goodness.
the Ballarat crowd don't know who to get behind here. It is a 50-50 split.
I don't either.
Delta sets her up for the F6. No, but Jordynne Grace powers out. Goes for a clothesline attempt. Remember, we saw that Jordynne Grace had her right arm weakened by Delta earlier on in the match. Delta keeps targeting it as well, but Jordynne Grace has plenty more moves in the arsenal with a vicious clothesline knocking her off a pin attempt and just a 2 count.
Well, Jordynne came ready for a fight, but I don't know if she knew this was going to be so difficult.
Jordynne Grace.
Because Delta is just, I mean, she's in it to win it.
Well, Jordynne Grace came here with the TNA knockout title on her carry-on luggage, and I'm sure she wants to take it back on her carry-on as well.
Yeah, you don't want to be going back to TNA without the title with your tail between your legs. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, that's for sure. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Is she setting her up for the
Ladies.
muscle buster? Jordynne Grace, we've seen her put away countless opponents with that move. She sets her up. No, Delta fights out of it. This is a very, very dangerous.
Oh, my
so much
goodness.
risk at hand here. Oh, no. Delta holding on for dear life. You can see her wrap her legs around that top turnbuckle, fighting back. Both of these women precariously balanced on the top rope. Jordynne Grace introducing Delta's face to her knee. She sets her up.
I don't think I've ever seen Jordynne so fired up as she is right now. Look at this.
Well, look, could this be Delta?
Oh
Look
my
at the power of
gosh.
Jordynne Grace, the juggernaut. Sets her up.
Are you kidding me?
A huge
What?
superplex off the top. Sets her up.
Wait a minute.
And a scoop slam from Delta.
No way.
What are we seeing in
How?
front of us?
How? That's what I want to know, Nims. How?
I do not believe this.
Make it make sense.
Just look at this. Look at the power.
Look at this replay.
Look at the power from Jordynne Grace.
Oh.
But Delta locks on and reverses that into a scoop slam. And both women have just completely knocked themselves out.
It just defies all logic.
It really does. As you can hear, the crowd in Ballarat and Selkirk Stadium willing both competitors to their feet. What a show of respect we're seeing here. The TNA Knockouts Championship is on the line.
These ladies came to Ballarat to put everything on the line. The fact that Jordynne has her championship on the line, I mean, the stakes are so high. Delta's trying to get back to her feet there, but obviously both women are rocked right now.
Referee Rachel counting to 8 there as Delta
Uh-oh.
and Jordynne Grace.
Now it's a war.
A bit of smack talk here. The respect has gone out the window. Both of these women just want to beat the absolute hell out of each other.
Oof.
Jordynne with a huge elbow to the face of Delta. And Delta says, take one of these.
Turn into a slugfest here. Oh,
This is a Pier 6 brawl at the moment, but both women aren't going down.
they're
Oh,
not going down.
this is King Kong versus Godzilla. Two
Oh,
huge
goodness.
monsters just fighting. Oh,
going strike for strike, blow for blow. Jordynne and Delta.
Jordynne says, bring it on.
Wait a
Delta
minute.
says, sure thing. And
Oh!
Jordynne Grace with some huge chops to the powerhouse.
Go Delta!
Oh, and Delta, look at her firing back with some vicious kicks. This is the agility that we've seen from Delta as she launches a suplex.
Oh my gosh, turned her inside out. They both got to be thinking, Nims, what else do I have in my arsenal?
Jordynne doesn't know where the hell she is as Delta pounds the mat, sets her up. Are we going to be seeing a spear? No!
Oh!
Jordynne Grace at the last second locks her in for a suplex, but Delta desperately clinging onto the rope. This is very dangerous roll up.
God, here's a
We've got
pin.
roll up, here we go. Kick out. A kick out by Delta. You can see the desperation in her eyes. Jordynne Grace, double stomp off the ropes. Getting that momentum.
Jordynne's got to be wondering, what else do I have to do to keep Delta down? Oh, nobody home.
Tries a splash. Delta rolls out of it. Delta with a spear!
Oh!
A spear!
Oh my gosh.
We've got a new knockouts champion.
We can have a new
This is gonna be it.
Oh my God. Oh,
Jordynne
goodness.
Grace kicks out.
Whoa.
Look at
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa.
intense spear there by Delta.
Almost had a new TNA Knockouts champion here in Ballarat. Delta is very, very disappointed. What's she going for here? She's got that look in her eye.
She does. She's thinking, what does she need to do?
Rip her bloody head off!
That's a sinister smirk if I ever saw one.
Sets her up. Are we going for a powerbomb attempt? No,
Oh.
Jordynne Grace.
What?
Jordynne Grace powering out. Delta floats over. A pin attempt there. No.
Oh,
Oh, reversal.
another one.
Pin attempt.
That was close.
Both of these women just putting out each desperate move after desperate move. Jordynne Grace locks on.
Oh my
Grace
goodness!
driver.
Wow!
And it's just,
Oh my goodness!
she's kicked out. She has kicked out.
This is getting personal, Nims. As you
Jordynne-
said, the respect flew out the window a while ago.
Jordynne Grace can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Jordynne Grace cannot believe it.
Oh, listen to this.
And you can hear that crowd. Selkirk Stadium. You can hear it at home on Triller TV.
Ballarat showing their respect for both of these competitors. This is awesome. I do concur.
Absolutely. Jordynne Grace,
Oh, goodness. Delta's in a bad way here.
big knee.
How is she finding the strength?
That's the ring awareness. She's the veteran.
Jordynne's holding on for dear life.
Jordynne's been wrestling for 13 years. She knows how to get out of the F6.
Go Delta!
But Delta's got the strength.
She's got her. She's
Delta's
got
got the
her.
strength. Delta's got her in the middle of the ring. Oh!
Oh my gosh. Right into the turnbuckles. And again,
There are 4. We've seen
No
2.
way.
There goes 3.
taking her on a tour of pain right here.
Taking her to all 4 corners of Ballarat.
Not again. Oh my. Come on.
Delta!
How much can our champion take right now?
This has got to be it. But Jordynne Grace somehow fighting out. Got her in a
Oh,
chokehold.
she's got her locked in. She's got her locked in, Nims.
Delta's fading. Delta's fading.
Oh,
Delta's fading.
it's like she's turning pale. Like,
But she's fighting back. Delta, just backs Jordynne Grace into the corner. And again, Jordynne Grace had to release the hold.
shook her off, just barely.
Jordynne. Oh, a vicious kick there.
Did you hear that? My goodness.
You can certainly see that.
Oh!
Oh. Can we be seeing it? She's,
Oh my goodness. She's got her.
no, but
No,
Delta
no, no.
reverses.
Delta!
Oh goodness. Oh my.
Delta
Well,
with some vicious slaps. And there it is. The Grace driver. Surely that's going to do it. And that's it. Jordynne Grace. We talk about box office attractions.
Here is your winner and still TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace!
I mentioned some of the wars that Jordynne Grace has gone to hold that TNA Knockouts championship, but this had to be one of the most intense battles that I've ever seen. Jordynne Grace survives to hold on to that TNA Knockouts Championship in one of the biggest main events I have ever seen in all of my years of watching professional wrestling.
What's going on here?
What's happening?
Is this a handshake?
It's a show
Oh
of
my
respect.
goodness.
It's a show of respect.
That's what we're talking about. This is the future of women's wrestling right here, and the future looks brighter than ever. Jordynne Grace, a champion to respect and admire, representing the TNA Knockouts on this amazing stage where the spotlight is shown on women's wrestling as it deserves. I'll tell you what, Nims, that was a hell of a main event. What a show. What an honor to be here. And what a great time.